I pledge
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving this week, and a reminder that on Thursday and Friday, City Hall and the Service Garage will be closed in observance from the holidays. Also Thursday, the Recreation Center will be closed. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to do the roll call. Mary Jo, if you do the roll call.
Kathy Pucci.
Here.
Mary Belle.
Here.
Kevin Tansky.
Here.
Andy Selhertz.
Here.
Katie Gallagher.
Here.
Tony DeMarco.
Here.
Ron Van Kirk.
Here.
Thanks, Mary Jo. Council had a budget workshop on November 16th at 6 p.m. We spoke about the economic development vacancy. Our economic development director, Fran Miglerino, will no longer continue after the end of this year. We also talked to the police chief about his capital expenditures for this year and the next couple years. And we also discussed streets, and council approved the streets to go forward as soon as our engineer's ready. Next year, we'll be doing Brook High Drive, Apple Creek, Heather Lane, Ira, Melody, Pepper Ridge, Delora, Vandalia, Saybrook, Sunny Lane, Autumn Lane, Memphis Avenue, as well as West 62nd Street. This is for a total of approximately $903,000. Tonight on the agenda, we have a change order relating to the landfill closure project for the amount of $73,135. This is for punch bar installation and perimeter access road surfacing. We have an ordinance to adopt Chapter 182 of the income tax, January 1st, 2016, the codified ordinances. In December of 2015, House Bill 5 was passed by the General Assembly, requiring a certain municipal income tax mandates to be enacted by January 1st, 2016. We have an ordinance amending the non-bargaining, adding the senior part-times to the ordinance 2015-44, 45, 46, 47 that was added, and then also amended the last meeting to remove. And then we added part-time law enforcement clerk from ordinance 61. These positions are not eligible for overtime, comp time, healthcare, sick time, or vacation time. We authorize the sale of certain city-owned vehicles through the Greater Cleveland Auto Auction, including 2000 salt truck, mechanics truck, and 1994 Recreation Center pickup. We also have a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter an agreement with James Z. Zepka, CPA, to help prepare the comprehensive annual financial report for 2015, 2016, and 2017. The cost for 2015 is $17,290. For 16, $16,560, and for 2017, $16,275. This was amended for tonight to include a line in the Exhibit A that allows for the city to end the agreement for 2016 and 2017 at the discretion of either party. We have ordinance authorizing the purchase of a Honda Rancher 420E and accessories for the Brooklyn Recreation Department for a total cost of $8,323. We have an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with civil and environmental consultants to provide additional services for the landfill closure project in the amount of $35,000. This includes $10,000, which covers the costs associated with pre-qualification reports and for additional sampling of recompacted soil barrier, $15,000, which covers the construction quality assurance services that extends beyond the 16-week estimated project duration, and $10,000, which covers project management services, unanticipated site meeting and attendance, and expenses for review and preparation of recommendation letters unanticipated from independent excavating. And lastly, we have an ordinance authorizing the City of Brooklyn to enter an agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation Office of Jobs and Commerce relating to the dedicated right-hand turn lane in Tiedemann Road. This is a grant, and it's to close the gap on the $1.3 million project. At this time, we have public session. If anyone in the audience has anything for the good and welfare of the City of Brooklyn, please step forward, state your name, address, including city, and please keep your comments to 5 minutes or less. Come on up.
I'm Angret Georgi, 9508 Bearwald in Brooklyn. And I'm a member of the Democratic Club, and that's the ultimate purpose of my being here. I want to congratulate everybody. I also would like to express my extreme sadness about Scott Clausen. I think it illustrates how important it was that the marijuana elections went down the sewer, so to speak, hopefully staying there. The reason, not to forget, I want to congratulate Katie Gallagher. Her mom said that you had said in response that you have a lot of work ahead of you. So that's a very realistic position. So congratulations. We have, years ago already I mentioned, it's so interesting to come to the Democratic Club meetings because you meet politicians and judges personally, and you have a chance to ask questions, but also to get an impression of them. We had the last meeting on the 16th was Judges Ryan and Mattia had come, and we learned, we think they sit there and just make a decision based on whatever has been presented. But they stay involved. They do take a personal interest. They do have a far greater influence on what happens, and that recidivism does not happen, that they really work on that. But to see that makes one feel more informed and knowledgeable when elections come. This was Judges Ryan and Mattia that had come and really been wonderful to listen to. We do have a Christmas party coming up, and I just found out that Betty Eggers informed me that the Zumba club is dancing. I don't know if they're called the Zumba group, but we don't want that much entertainment at Christmas time. So we will send out an announcement when the Christmas party will be, and we hope we will see everybody, including members of council. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Does anyone else have anything for the good and welfare of the city of Brooklyn? Okay, we'll now move on to committees, commissions, and boards. First up tonight is Finance Committee, Councilwoman Pucci.
Thank you. Good evening. The Finance Committee met earlier this evening at 6:30. These meetings are open to the public, and the public is encouraged to attend. We did address all the items that are on our agenda this evening, so I'm going to avoid being redundant. I'll comment on just a couple things. Ordinance 2015-65, which is our agreement with ZUPCA for providing services for our CAF, or our Comprehensive Annual Financial Report. The reason why we had asked for that additional clause where if we're not satisfied, we could get out of the contract in years 2 and/or 3. We weren't satisfied when we had LGS, which is Local Government Services, with the auditor. We went to a different firm, and our finance director wasn't satisfied with them. So I didn't want to see us get locked into a 3-year agreement, and after the first year, we weren't satisfied. So that's why we asked for that clause. And on the ordinance, which is on first reading this evening, 2015-69, authorizing the city to enter into the agreement with ODOT for a grant. Our current estimate on the project for the dedicated right-hand turn lane onto I-480 West from Tiedemann is at $1.3 million. So our federal earmark, now just to remind everybody, these were dollars that we applied for when we were exploring the Diverging Diamond project. And once that was determined not to be beneficial, we still had those funds sitting out there. So we did apply, we did ask if we could revise our request, and we were granted the authority to spend them on the dedicated turn lane. So of that, we have $960,000 left. Cuyahoga County, the estimate is $200,000 to $220,000, and with this $75,000 grant from ODOT, that will reduce the city's obligation to $64,000. So I want to thank Mrs. Miglerino for working on getting this grant, because this is going to save the city from having to pay that portion. We also had a letter from Chief Zemek requesting additional firefighters. He's requesting 3 for next year. Just had a very brief explanation from him, and we will address this during the budget session, our next budget meeting. And I believe that completes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Recreation Board, Councilman Tansky.
Thank you. The Brooklyn Recreation Department presents Skate with Santa on Sunday, December 6th from 2:45 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. at the Recreation Center, 7600 Memphis Avenue. Residents and their guests are admitted free. You must show your Brooklyn resident ID card to receive resident privileges. Skate rental and non-resident rates in effect. Brooklyn's Friday night basketball will be held on Friday nights beginning January 15th, 2016 through February 19th, 2016. The program is open to residents only for grades 2 through 6. Register at the Brooklyn Rec Center during regular business hours, December 1st through January 9th, 2016. You must show your current resident ID card at the time of registration. The cost is $35. All sessions will be held from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Group run grades 2 and 3, skills clinic from 6 p.m. to 6:45 p.m. Group 2, buddy basketball from 7 p.m. to 7:45 p.m. Group 3, grades 4, 5, and 6 from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Group times are subject to change based on number of participants. Street shoes will not be permitted on the gym floor. Please bring with you a pair of athletic shoes that will be worn on the gym floor during your scheduled session. If the school is closed due to inclement weather on a day the program is scheduled, the program will not be held on that day. Make-up dates will not be given. The next Recreation Board meeting will be held Monday, December 21st in the Rec Center meeting room, 7 p.m., and that concludes my report.
Thank you. The Planning Commission will meet Thursday, December 3rd at 6 p.m. in the City Hall Conference Room. We will hear a request from Agile Sign and Lighting Maintenance Incorporated to install a freestanding illuminated sign with full-color message center for business identification of Cleveland Bible Baptist Church located at 4431 Tiedemann Road. This will replace the current sign. A request from Watkins Lighting and Sign MTC Incorporated to install a freestanding illuminated sign with full-color message center for business identification of Janisa Patel, State Farm Insurance, located at 4342 Ridge Road. A request from David Sternberg of 5 Star Media LLC to erect a 14 by 65-foot double-faced billboard sign with lighting located at 5111 Tiedemann Road. This is CEI property right now. A request from Bert Edwards of Intermodal One LLC to construct an additional parking lot located at 8515 Clinton Road. And a request from Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd for a lot split consolidation of permanent parcel 432-24013B located at 8235 Memphis Avenue. And Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd to 8023 Memphis Avenue, St. Elias Church. Permanent parcels 432-24004, 432-24005, 432-24006, 432-24010, and 432-24042. Next up is our Public Works Committee Chair, Councilman Selhertz.
We will have a Public Works meeting prior to the next Finance meeting on December 14th. For the school report, the Board of Education held its regular monthly meeting Tuesday, November 17th at 6 p.m. in room 173. Meeting started with a student achievement presentation from the intermediate school with its principal, Mr. Tansky, giving an introduction to book commercials created by the 5th graders. The board commended the November 2015 honor roll and merit roll students. Also recognized were the students selected of first team, second team, and honorable mention all PAC. Students were from football, girls soccer, girls golf, boys soccer, and girls volleyball. The board, along with Dr. Glykoff, did continue a discussion on possible additional projects. The one project that had a consensus to move ahead with was the Wellness Center. Additional discussions continued on the various other options. For other agenda items discussed and voted upon at this meeting or any other meeting, please go to the school system's website and click on the Board of Education tab and then on the Board Docs tab. Upcoming events, the Brooklyn hockey team will be playing at the Q this coming Thursday, December 3rd. Game time is at 4 p.m. The Monsters game starts at 7 p.m. Tickets are $12 through flash sheets. Brooklyn plays Elyria Catholic, and then Monsters play Iowa at 7. The tickets you can go through the website are groups.theqarena.com. Brooklyn High School Hurricane Dance and Flag Line presents Polar Express. It's going to be held on Friday, December 11, 2015, from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Brooklyn Elementary Gym Cafeteria. Drop-off is at 6 p.m. and pickups between 8:30 and 9 p.m. Kids preschool through third grade will enjoy a fun night of Polar Express activities. You will enjoy a stress-free night out for last-minute Christmas shopping or a quiet meal. Cost $20 per child. Multiple families with multiple children, $35 for two, and $10 for each additional child in the same family. Registration will be accepted the night of the event. Payments will be accepted in cash or check payable to Brooklyn Music Boosters. Schools will also be holding a number of Christmas concerts on Saturday, December 12th in the auditorium. Third grade winter concert starts at 12:30, 5th and 6th at 2 p.m. 7th and 8th grade band starts at 4:30 p.m. and 9th through 12th grade starts at 7 p.m. Check the website for all sports schedules. Next board meeting is Tuesday, December 15th at 6 p.m. in room 173, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. Next up, legislative updates. Councilwoman Belle.
Thank you. There was a lot of discussion in the past concerning the laws in Ohio regarding carrying concealed weapons. These laws are being revisited with House Bill 48, which just passed the House of Representatives by a 63-25 vote. It now goes to the Senate. House Bill 48 extends or liberalizes situations where carrying a concealed weapon will be allowed. If you are interested in our carrying concealed weapons laws, I urge you to pull up House Bill 48. Each small amendment by itself does not seem overly important, but taken as a whole, it shows more freedom to carry a gun than has existed in the past. For example, the bill amends the blanket prohibition against carrying concealed handguns in a police or sheriff's office to those areas of the station to which the public does not have access. The bill also amends the prohibition in airport terminals to only prohibit carrying a firearm in any area of a passenger terminal that is beyond a security screening checkpoint. The new laws, if passed by the Senate, will be well received by advocates of carrying concealed weapons. On a lighter note, House Bill 352 passed 94-0, declaring April as Osteopathic Medicine Recognition Month. I'm sure some of us are excited about that. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. We will now move on to reports of council. First up tonight is Kathy Pucci.
Thank you. I will be very brief. We did have our budget meeting last Monday, and I would like to thank all those who attended. It's basically a starting point for us to start looking at 2016. In addition to hearing from Chief Milkey and Sergeant Knapp on what the capital needs are, they also gave a good explanation on what it would take to increase our community policing efforts in the city of Brooklyn. We also did get a chance for a first review on the capital requests from each department. And while we don't vote on anything in a work session, there was a consensus that we will continue directing 15% of what we collect in municipal income tax into the capital improvement fund. And it was also shared with us that Mr. Gasket had submitted their letter that they are going to be closing and leaving Brooklyn. I know they're only down to like about 64 to 68 employees, but any jobs we lose are not good for the city. The other thing we talked a little bit about is we are in the process of soliciting firms to do an assessment of every single building in our city, city-owned that is, and we received word today that they have narrowed it down to 4 firms. I have a feeling that this is going to be a much more lengthy process than we initially anticipated, but we are working on that. And finally, I would just like to wish the mayor, members of the administration, my colleagues, all of our employees and residents a very happy Thanksgiving. I know Mayor Belle always says that Thanksgiving is his favorite holiday of the year. So happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Next up, Mary Belbeer.
Thank you. I, too, would like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving. That, too, is one of my most favorite holiday. I'd just like to throw out here, there's a lot of people in Brooklyn, a lot of people don't like to let it be known or that are in some sort of a need. And I just want to put it out there. If anyone is in any kind of need, especially during the holidays, you can always turn to St. Augustine's Church, which is located in the Tremont area. As a matter of fact, this Thursday, they will be serving over 17,000 Thanksgiving Day dinners. Not only do they provide for needy families, but they will give you enough food to last almost a couple days. So if anyone is willing to even be a driver, they always need drivers, they always need some sort of donation, some sort of volunteers. It's always kind of a nice thing to do with your family. I know I've done it many times with my kids. Before you actually cook dinner, we pass out the dinners and they give you a list and you go to the homes and people are so appreciative. People are in so much need. You don't see it. Lots of times we're in our little suburbia here. We don't see a lot of it. And there is some in our city here. So if anyone's interested, please call the church. It's 778-5881. They have a wonderful call where you can just put your name in. They ask no questions. They go as far as Solon to deliver. And that pretty much concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Kevin Tansky.
Thank you. I would like to congratulate Katie Gallagher on her successful election as newly elected mayor. I wish you all the best and look forward to working with you in the future. I also would like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and that concludes my report.
Thank you. Next up is Andy Selhertz.
Thank you. One heads up for everybody, Santa's going to be coming through town on Saturday, December 12th and Sunday, December 13th, so please be aware. And also to everyone, a happy Thanksgiving. May it be fun and joyous for you. And kind of an extra thank you to all those that even went an extra step forward and kind of donated some time, food, money, whatever, to help some that are maybe a little bit short on some of the things. So have a nice Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Tony DeMarco.
I'd just simply like to wish all of our employees and their families, as well as all of our residents and their families, a very happy and relaxing Thanksgiving, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Ron Van Kirk.
Yes, thank you. Just a couple of things. Obviously, we're all grieved about what happened in Paris a couple weeks ago, and of course, the fear that's going to happen in the United States. I just wanted to thank our police officers and the police department for doing such a great job of keeping us safe. And in line with Thanksgiving, we've heard Happy Thanksgiving for everybody, but it's good to be thankful for what we have. We think of the family of Alexis here that's struggling with the missing of their daughter. We certainly want to keep folks like that in our prayers. And we all truly have a lot to be grateful for. Living in Brooklyn, Ohio, living in the United States of America, leave this country just one time and travel to most of the parts of the world, and we are very, very blessed to live here. So I want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, and don't forget to give thanks this Thursday. That's all I have.
Thank you. I'd like to pass on a little story from the drug court. We hear about all the bad experiences. I just want to pass on this good one because I thought it was nice. Our drug court in Cuyahoga County just started a annual Outstanding Alumni Award, and they awarded it to this Allison Pagrabs. She's the first recipient. that was awarded on November 13th. She graduated from drug court in 2011. After graduation, she received her master's in social work from Cleveland State University in May of 2015. And during her final year, she worked with the drug court team to satisfy her degree requirement as an intern. She is now the clinical director at the Edna House, a long-term structured sober living facility. And at her current job, she's able to counsel and care for people and have a special understanding of what they're going through. I thought that was a neat story and all that she achieved from her drug abuse and to right now. Last week, I went to the holiday gathering for the Chamber of Commerce. At the holiday gathering, they honored Fran Miglarino, our Economic Development Director. As I said, this is her last month with us, and she's done a lot for the city and a lot for the Chamber, so it was nice to see that. They went through their annual report. They finally reached over 100 Chamber members. They also honored the Business of the Year for Large Business, Ferris Medals. They gave the award to Mr. Gonzalez, the owner. Mr. Gonzalez has done a lot for the community, Ferris Medals, including donating $1,000 to this year's first annual Fall Festival. And the Small Business Award went to U.S. Shuai Khan Chow, Jessica and Daniel Cliff, the Martial Arts Studio on Memphis Avenue. Both of them are very involved with the Chamber. They also donate a lot of time and money to city events. I went to a meeting at University Hospitals last week. They went through different aspects. They are going to offer our city a grant money if we complete CPR class for 2 hours. And the requirement would be for all of the directors and all city council to complete the 2-hour CPR training, and we would be eligible for the grant money. I also had a meeting with our new school superintendent, Mark Glykoff. He's interested in working with the school, or the city and the schools, doing shared services, including a softball field. Right now, they have a little over $600,000 worth of bond money left, and a new softball field would cost them approximately $300,000. If they work with the city, they can use one of our fields and maybe use some of that money, put it towards one of our fields, and it will be a benefit for both. And that's all I have. On to the mayor's report. Oh, I'm sorry. And happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thank you. We collected all the food that St. Thomas More gathered for us for Thanksgiving. We picked it up on Friday. We met at the Senior Center on Saturday, and the volunteers put the baskets together, and they'll be delivering them tomorrow. And the excess food will go to food pantries. The landfill is on schedule. They're putting down topsoil now, and it should be done by the end of the year, and that was the deadline, so we'll be glad to have that out of the way. And Kathy was right, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday, and I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Thank you.
Tonight, we have no director's reports, so we'll move on to legislation. First up, we have a request to approve a change order relating to the landfill closure project.
Move to approve the change orders.
Second.
To approve, Kathy Pucci.
Yes.
Mary Bellbeer.
Yes.
Kevin Tansky.
Yes.
Andy Selhertz.
Yes.
Katie Gallagher.
Yes.
Tony DeMarco.
Yes.
Ron Van Kirk.
Yes.
Resolution 2015-11, requesting the county fiscal officer to advance taxes from the proceeds of the 2015 tax levies pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code, Section 32134. This is on first reading. Ordinance 2015-60 to adopt Chapter 182 Income Tax, January 1st, 2016 of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Brooklyn, Ohio.
Introduced by all, suspend the rules.
Second.
To suspend the rules, Kathy Pucci.
Yes, I don't think we have
I know we
to.
already had.
No.
Okay, I'd say move to adopt by emergency measure.
Okay.
Second.
Sorry.
To adopt by emergency, Kathy Pucci.
Yes.
Mary Bellbeer.
Yes.
Kevin Tansky.
Yes.
Andy Selhertz.
Yes.
Katie Gallagher.
Yes.
Tony DeMarco.
Yes.
Ron Van Kirk.
Yes.
Ordinance 2015-62, amending Ordinance 2015-38, providing for the compensation for the part-time, full-time, and administrative employees, non-bargaining agreement of the City of Brooklyn, Ohio.
Move to adopt.
Second.
To adopt, Kathy Pucci.
Yes.
Mary Bellbeer.
Yes.
Kevin Tansky.
Yes.
Andy Selhertz.
Yes.
Katie Gallagher.
Yes.
Tony DeMarco.
Yes.
Ron Van Kirk.
Yes.
Ordinance 2015-63, authorizing the sale of certain city-owned vehicles through the Greater Cleveland Public Auto Auction, public auctioneers for the purpose of disposing of city vehicles at public sale.
Move to adopt by emergency measure.
Second.
To adopt by emergency, Kathy Pucci.
Yes.
Mary Bellbeer.
Yes.
Kevin Tansky.
Yes.
Andy Selhertz.
Yes.
Katie Gallagher.
Yes.
Tony DeMarco.
Yes.
Ron Van Kirk.
Yes.
Ordinance 2015-65, authorizing the mayor to enter an agreement with James G. Zepka, CPA, Incorporated, to provide services for the city of Brooklyn.
Move to amend on page 3, at the end of paragraph 3, to add the sentence, "The agreement for years 2016 and 2017 are subject to termination at the discretion of either party."
Second.
To amend, Kathy Pucci.
Yes.
Mary Bellbeer.
Yes.
Kevin Tansky.
Yes.
Andy Selhertz.
Yes.
Katie Gallagher.
Yes.
Tony DeMarco.
Yes.
Ron Van Kirk.
Yes.
Introduced by all, suspend the rules as amended.
Second.
To suspend the rules, Kathy Pucci.
Yes.
Mary Bellbeer.
Yes.
Kevin Tansky.
Yes.
Andy Selhertz.
Yes.
Katie Gallagher.
Yes.
Tony DeMarco.
Yes.
Ron Van Kirk.
Yes.
To adopt as amended, Kathy Pucci.
Yes.
Mary Bellbeer.
Yes.
Kevin Tansky.
Yes.
Andy Selhertz.
Yes.
Katie Gallagher.
Yes.
Tony DeMarco.
Yes.
Ron Van Kirk.
Yes.
Ordinance 2015-67, authorizing and approving the purchase of one Honda Rancher 420 EATV and accessories for the Brooklyn Recreation Department. This is on second reading. Ordinance 2015-68, authorizing the mayor to enter an agreement with Civil and Environmental Consultants Incorporated to provide additional services for the landfill closure construction project in the amount of $35,000.
Introduced by all, suspend the rules.
Second.
To suspend the rules, Kathy Pucci.
Yes.
Mary Bellbeer.
Yes.
Kevin Tansky.
Yes.
Andy Selhertz.
Yes.
Katie Gallagher.
Yes.
Tony DeMarco.
Yes.
Ron Van Kirk.
Yes.
To adopt, Kathy Pucci.
Yes.
Mary Bellbeer.
Yes.
Kevin Tansky.
Yes.
Andy Selhertz.
Yes.
Katie Gallagher.
Yes.
Tony DeMarco.
Yes.
Ron Van Kirk.
Yes.
And lastly, 2015-69, authorizing the City of Brooklyn to enter into an Ohio Department of Transportation Office of Jobs and Commerce agreement relating to the dedicated right-hand turn lane off of Tiedemann Road and approaching I-480. This is on first reading. Tonight, council will be go into executive session to discuss labor negotiations. We'll be going in there with our HR consultant, Kevin Shabesta, Clem's Nelson team, the mayor, and our law director.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. To adjourn to executive session, Kathy Pucci.
Yes.
Mary Bellbeer.
Yes.
Kevin Tansky.
Yes.
Andy Selhertz.
Yes.
Katie Gallagher.
Yes.
Tony DeMarco.
Yes.
Ron Van Kirk.
Yes.
Thank you.